Hello and welcome to this week's episode of My CP Does Not Define Me, where we focus less on the dis and more on the ability of what we can do. Join us every Wednesday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, live on www.letgoradio.net and on Facebook Live, where I always say, if you can't be good, be bad, but be good at it.
What's up, party people? It is time, and it's on my mind. It is my CP does not define me. Guess who it is? D to the J with the roll away, and it is that time again for episode 44. Lord, the show getting older. 44. My CP does not define me. Episode 44. Let your best be good enough. Now, I know there are some questions out there in Let Go Radio Land and on Facebook Live because I sent out 2 flyers. Not 1, but 2. But there was a small hitch with the first one. Ms. Brownisha Blackman was originally scheduled to be my guest, and she has since been rescheduled for June 30th because of a scheduling conflict. So her story will be out. It will be heard, but it will be on June 30th. Moving on, that's June 30th, but today is May 26th. So today, I'd like to welcome my guest, my sister from another mister, Miss Shana Tomas. Shana, how are you?
Hello. I'm great, and how are you?
I am here. I am good, and that's going to have to be good enough for right now. Speaking of that, let your good enough or let your best be good enough. Now, I want to add to that. Hello, everybody, as you join in. Hey, Justin. Hey, Miss Cindy. Hey, Josh. How are you? As everybody is joining into the show, this topic I've been wanting to talk about for a long time because a lot of people, we are so critical of ourselves. People are so critical of themselves. Now, as I start with this show, I do want to let you know that we are live on www.letgoradio.net and we are live on Facebook, and this will also be posted on YouTube at My CP Does Not Define Me in the playlist of My CP Does Not Define Me. See what I did there? All right, so let me just go around and I want to ask you, Shana,
Sure.
if someone says do your best because that's all you can do you believe that?
Yes, I absolutely believe it, but I also believe that sometimes you can do just a little bit more if you can. But it's to each his own.
Well, when I say your best, now to me that's 100%. And I'll be honest, when someone says give a little more, it's usually because they know 100% is not being given. Okay? Because I'll be honest, nobody is perfect. Okay?
Absolutely not.
You can think you are, you can think you look good in the mirror, you can think your hair is short enough, you can think it's long enough, and it may be, but you ain't perfect. Look it up. I'm just letting you know. It is what it is. So we're going on to your best. Now, a lot of times, and this is why I say this, we are very critical of ourselves. Men and women in this world, when they look in the mirror, they do not like what they see on the outside, and they convince themselves that they are not good enough on the inside, and other people drag them down and convince them that they are not good enough on the inside. Now, but I want to add to this, and I didn't put this on the flyer because I want to make this stand out, and I want you guys to listen to me because I'm going to say this probably 15 times throughout the episode. Let your best be good enough for you. Okay? If you are doing all you can, and I got to give mad props to Christina McCormick. I got to give a shout out on my show on Let Go Radio. Girl just got her grade. She crushed it. And she was worried to death. Lord have mercy. She was worried to death. Stressing. Vein popping out the top of her forehead. She was just stressing. I just don't know. Oh, I can't get my grades. I got to find out what they are. And she's just pacing up around the room like the little rat on the hamster wheel, just going, and ain't getting nowhere. Just worry. Okay? When you do your best and you put your best foot or your best will forward, that's all you can do.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all right, and that's good enough. Give what you got. Work within the framework God has given you. Very, very plain, very simple.
Absolutely true.
You know, we look at people will say, I'm gonna keep it 100, and honestly, that's what I do. I keep it 100. That's my me. I'm always 100. You may not like it, you may not agree with it, but I'm always 100 because that's who I am. Now, in that, okay, your mental best and your physical best, a lot of us classify them as two different things, but they're the same thing. Because I've said this before, your altitude will be reflected by your attitude. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
And everything starts with your best. Your best starts with your best frame of mind.
Absolutely.
The day starts when you first wake up. I'm gonna let y'all know a clue. Okay, your eyes is not the first thing that's open. Your mind never sleeps.
Sure don't.
So your heart is pumping, your brain is working, your subconscious is freaking out because you're thinking about stuff you got to do today before the day ain't even here, and your brain is going a mile a minute, right? It's a constant because I got to go. And you wear yourself out before the day even starts. But when your feet hit the floor and your eyes open, you are already concerned with what you got, and you ain't even had your first cup of coffee yet. Ain't even got to go to the bathroom and empty your bladder or empty yourself and do what you got to do, but you already worried about something. Now, let me kind of share just a little bit on this. So many people worry about what's to come and what they got to do. Look, if you've got 350 things to do, start with number one. Okay? You start at the journey you have in life you start at the beginning. Now, I'm talking about you want to plan it out, that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
You want to make it easier, that's fine. Okay? Everything does not have to be done in one day. Okay?
Right.
Rome was not built in a day. And it's not because they ran out of Red Bull despite the commercial. I'm just letting y'all know. Everybody has, I like Shana giggled at that one. Everybody has a breaking point. Okay? Yeah. Everybody reaches that breaking point. That's normal. Okay? But understand, all you can do is work with what you've got and be okay with that and go through the day and say, look, I did the best I could.
That's it.
I'm okay with it. Grades in high school, grades in college, impressing a girl, taking a girl out on a date. I'm going to cover some of this stuff. Let's make it simple. Let's talk with a simple one. Guy gets up, puts his deodorant on, washes his face, brushes his teeth. Okay, he gets dressed. He puts on his jeans or his shirt and tie. If he's got to go to work, and he looks in the mirror and says, all right, do I look okay? I'm going to talk about the word okay. And there's a reason I want to talk about this word. Okay is not a good word. Get that word out of your vocabulary. I'm okay with it. No, I'm good or bad, do or do not. There is no middle. All you can do is the best you can do. You know, I heard Christina said, you know, I got 2 C's and I'm okay with it. I said, Christina, that's a great job. Getting in what she deals with, you know, she's a Spanish teacher, so she deals with a lot of stuff. And a lot of people use the word okay as in it's just okay is good enough. It is, but don't limit yourself with that word. Do you use the word okay a lot, Shana?
When I'm texting, I do, but for the most part, no. But I like how you talked about Christina getting her C's, and she was like, she's okay with it. And I just want to say, like with my children,
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry. Some may look at me as being tough, but
Mm-hmm.
it's my motherly instinct that knows that they can do better.
Right.
So it's like I'm not accepting that okay of a C. I'm not accepting that okay of a B because I know that you have the potential to do more and be the best you that you can be. So I push them. I wouldn't say push. They know that they can't bring anything lower than a B home.
Well, now see, here's the difference. Okay, Christina's in her master's program. Okay. So see what Justin did right there? He
Be
changed
all
it.
right.
See how he changed it? See how he changed it?
Be
Yeah,
all
but
right.
see, it's a mindset. See, when you try your best, and if the best you can do is a C, and when I say try your best, don't you fake that. Y'all know what I'm talking
I
about.
do.
I'm talking about for real. When you give it your all and you give it all you got, and if the best you come out with is an 80 or an 85, but that's your best, be proud of yourself when you succeed. Okay, part of the problem that we have as a society, and I said this, celebrate the little things. Celebrate the little things because I'm going to tell you, grades aren't little. Okay? To women, how they look is not little. Self-esteem is not little. When somebody asks you how you're doing and you say, I'm okay. Do you know how that sounds to me as a man? When I hear that, I'm okay. Oh, no, she's not. She got something she want to talk about. She just ain't talking about it. So what happens is we get okay in that mind and we say, okay, if I can just get to the okay level, if I can just do enough to get there. See, you're already downing yourself before you even start. See, but when you've got 50, and as I said earlier, you got 3,000 things to do, 300 things to do, start with number 1. Okay? Don't go to number 5 before you're finished with number 1.
Hello.
Because all you're going to do is frustrate yourself.
Or leave a lot of work undone.
Now, I'm going to tell you, Shana, I'm going to use you as an example, and I'm glad you're up here because we're going to talk about this. You're studying right now for your exams for coding, right?
Yes.
So you went through and you took your practice test and you did good, and you said, I did good, but I found things I need to work on. I like the way you phrased that. You didn't say, I did okay, but I have things I need to work on. See, you have to find what works for you to achieve your best. Now, the reason I'm saying that, and I'll let Shana share a little bit of this, these tests that she's taking are timed, okay? And when you have a disability like cerebral palsy, spina bifida, polymyositis, Down syndrome, multiple sclerosis, all these things that you have, when time is of the essence, it takes away from you. So Shana learned that she could tab her book. And when you have your book tabbed, you don't have to pick up page by page and turn and turn. You grab the tab, flip. Grab the tab, flip. And you're already right there. Talk about some of the benefits with doing your best and being able to highlight your book, being able to write notes in the margins, being able to tab your book. What does that do for you?
It actually lessens my time that I have to look up information on a case. It helps me to skim through a case and know, okay, this patient needs this patient was here for that. And that's all I got to do is pull my tab and go right to where I need to get to in order to help complete that case. So it helps out tremendously. Like I stated, I do not have like a learning disability. It's just that my arms don't move as fast as someone that's not living with a disability like I have. So I had to first find out what can I do to help better myself when taking my exam. And that's what I had to do. So any little thing that I can do to help me along the way, I'll do it.
Now, there's a couple things that you said that I want to comment on. I don't have a learning disability, but with the disability that I have, my arms don't move as fast as someone without a disability.
My disability, anyway.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Now, here's the thing with that. When I was in school and I did a test, time was a problem because I was always worried about the clock. We live and we die by time. I never want to punch a time clock again. That's the problem. When a time clock is involved, I don't think we can do our best because we're too worried about time. Now, Justin came back and said something here. Maybe the best way to say it is be comfortable and confident. I love that.
Absolutely.
Double C. Comfortable and confident.
Yes, that's all.
Not cocky. Mm-mm. Comfortable and confident. There's a difference in confidence and cockiness. Now, the reason I say that is because when you are reading and depending on how you read, some people say, C-spot run, C-spot jump over the fence, and the words just fly off the page and you're able to read. Some people have to read aloud. Some people can't read silently.
Right.
Because they're not able to comprehend, or it doesn't go into your brain and stick in there with the sound effect of saying, okay, it's in there. Once you hear it, it's an auditory thing. You learn it. Some people don't know how to skim because they want to read every word. You got to find key words, key phrases. And then what you do, you go through your book and you write them down. So what that does is it gives you something to look at and you highlight it and you know where it's at and it's right there. So doing your best is figuring out what your best actually is and what works for you. No one's best is identical.
Sure not.
And understand and accept this, guys. There is always going to be someone that can do something better than us.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm not saying that to put you down. There are football players that everybody can't receive the Walter Payton Award of the Year, Man of the Year. There are nominees. There are some that are better in math. There's some that are better in spelling. There's something that are better in psychological. There's something that are better in talking. I'm so good enough at that. My mouth don't stop at all. That's why
you got that one right. You ain't lying there.
I mean, you know, I can. If my mouth was my legs, I would be fast as Usain Bolt. I'm gonna let y'all know because I can run with that. But the thing about it is, somebody might be able to explain it in a different way.
Absolutely.
No, Lord, I almost said it. Be confident and be all right with your best.
Mm-hmm.
And accept your best.
That's it.
You can push through. You can give a little bit more. But when you've reached your best and you know that you've done the best you can, that is good enough.
Mm-hmm.
And that, you know what? That is great enough. Okay? There's a phrase that I've heard so many times. It sticks in my head like syrup to pancakes. Know your worth. Why do I say that? I want to add something to that. Know you are worth it. Understand that. Know you are worth it. Regardless, everything that you do, as long as you are putting forth the effort. I don't mean just doing enough to get by. Now, there are some days where all you've got is 65%. There are some days where all you've got is 55%. And there are those days where you don't want to get out of bed. You want to pull the covers up over your head and say, Lord Jesus, I'm going back to sleep.
Absolutely.
But if you can give just a little bit when you think you don't have anything at all,
you'll be good.
You will be good and life will go on. And I will tell you what you find. Once you get going, God and his momentum will carry you through your test.
You know what, DJ? I want to say something because this is actually absolutely true.
Come on.
I'm not pushing religion or anyone. I mean, to each his own. Whatever you believe in, that's great. Your choice. Not pushing it. But let me tell you something. If you get up and you do the best that you can do, putting your all into it, guess what? Allow God to take care of the rest. That's all you got to do.
That's it. That's it.
It's that easy, but yet we make things so complicated.
See, and we talked about this because people are going to be their own worst enemy. Okay. Mm-hmm. I mentioned this earlier, and I love that Miss Winnie's up here. Let me just say this. You know, when Miss Winnie comes on the radio, she always looks her best. She got her hair done just so, her makeup on, everything looking all pretty, everything matching. But sometimes before that radio, she said, Lord, have mercy, my hair's a mess. This don't match. I got this side all lopsided over here. I got the hat on to cover this. Shana today told me something. Look at my bandana. Look at my...
Shucks. It gets like that sometimes.
But look.
And I'm okay with it.
You understand, you gotta be happy with yourself.
Regardless.
And you gotta be true to yourself. Hey Dan, how you doing, bro? I just I want y'all to understand image is not everything. Image, how someone looks, whether you're a man or a woman.
Love you too, Kimberly.
Thank you. Whether you're a man or you're a woman. Now, you can dress up to go to dinner and put your suit and tie on, or you can wear a t-shirt and jeans. Now, I'm going to tell you what is accomplishing this message right here. It's not my t-shirt and jeans, okay? Because I got Snoopy on today. Y'all have seen me in a tie, and you've seen me in pink and blue and red and all this. I will dress to impress. But when I do my best and I give my all, my voice is delivering the message. My passion is delivering the message. I don't care what Miss Winnie looks like. When she wants to get that message across, all she will do is throw something over the top of her head. And once she starts talking, people listen.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's the message and the best that you've got at the moment that you're in. God's going to get it across if you do what he says do. There have been times I ain't had no energy. I ain't want to do a show. And I love doing my show, y'all. Don't get me wrong now. I love doing some My CP. Does not define me, because it doesn't in some ways and it does in others. But there was a day I can remember I was so tired. And see, Miss Winnie will say, you know, she didn't, when she talked to me, you know, she didn't hear the tired in my voice. She knew that I had something in me and I could go. So she pushed me a little bit. God always magnifies your best for his glory. Understand, that's true. But in the same sense, when I pushed myself and she asked me, she said, if you can just give me 15 minutes, that's all I need. And little did I know, when I started talking, I went 15 minutes and I went 30 minutes. And
didn't even think of it.
And didn't even think of it, because the energy level, when I started speaking about something that is passionate to me, the best came out. You see? So when your best comes out and your passion comes out, you're going to give what you can give, and that will be your best when you have the fire and the spirit in your heart to give it. Now, there's a little bit more here. Heck yeah, I'm a tomboy style and I love it. I'm comfortable this way, and it's me. People can take it or leave it. That's the attitude that I'm talking about. I'm not saying Kimberly can't dress up. I'm not saying I can't dress up, and I'm not saying Ms. Wilson can't dress up. We can all do that. We can all do that.
At this point, it is what it is. It's either you like it or don't. That's fine too.
We have to remember our image is never reflected in a mirror. It's always found in the love of Christ, and that's true too. And I love that comment, Justin. Thank you. Now, I've touched a little bit on this, because you had more than your best. Now that's one of those percentage numbers. Now I'm going to go down just a minute back to what I was talking about. I felt like I was at 40% or 50%, and I didn't want to give 50, but I ended up giving 100 because I had it in me the entire time. Okay. I don't believe that I'm more than my best. Okay. I'm going to say this, and I'm saying this, not trying to dispute what you're saying, Ms. Wilson. I'm just going to say my best is all I can give because that's all I've got. And if I give everything I've got, that's all I need. Everything else, God is going to get me through it regardless. That's where I'm going. But I see what you're saying there too. I want it to be known that don't compare your best to someone else's.
Well, you know what, DJ? Well, now that you mention it, okay, I have an example too. Now I do my IVIG. And now I've learned how to help with my migraine and the nausea and things like that. So on that Friday, I sleep, take medicine and everything to help me. Then when that Saturday come, I don't want to do nothing, but yet I find the strength to keep going and to do Sunshine on Wheels. And then it's like while I'm there doing it, I don't even pay attention to my head hurting, my body warm. I have chills. I need to take another pill. I need a drink of water. I don't think about it while I'm doing Sunshine on Wheels. And absolutely, believe it or not, I feel as though I do my best when I'm feeling at my worst, health-wise, that is.
Now, see here, she's talking about sometimes you short yourself when you know you have it, but you don't push. That's the effort. That's that wall that I was talking about earlier. Sometimes you got it and you don't give it. See, and that's where we as a society have to push. Okay? Stop looking at yourself in the mirror and not liking what you see. Okay? Be who you are, but be the best you can be, because that's when you step out and you do something, do it with your all. Even if you're scared of it, do it in fear, but do it with your all, because if you short it, you may only get one shot. Okay. I'm lucky enough to be doing this every week, but am I going to be here next week? I hope so. But I don't know.
And the creek don't rise.
And I better bring a paddle, baby. That's all I got to say about that. You got to figure out, look, I want to be here next week, but if this is the last message I deliver, then this one has got to be everything I've got. And every time I do a show, I try to give everything I can, usually even if I'm not feeling my best. It's the same thing in martial arts. Same thing when you go through a tournament. You've got to give your all because it's that moment. Okay? And that moment may change your life.
Yes.
Pushing your way through when you have that little. There are instances I've seen Ms. Winnie going on no sleep, and still getting through there. It's like she got an IV of adrenaline when she's going through something, a conference or whatever, and she ain't got no sleep. I'm like, Miss Winnie, bottle that up, please, and sell that, because I need to hit that. I mean, seriously, it's like that energy, if I could bottle that thing and pop it in the IV and right on in there, boy, my battery would go for days. If my battery ran on Miss Winnie's energy, I don't think it would ever stop. I would never need to charge it. Because she's got more than most.
Oh, yes.
Hello, Erin. Thank you for joining me, sweetheart. I'm glad you're here. Hello, DJ. It's been a while. I love your shows. You're a true inspiration. Thank you, sweetheart. That means a lot. I'm glad to have you back and glad you're here today. So doing your best. All right. Now let's take a look at the schoolwork now. Because Shana said something. When my children bring home a C,
that's not.
I know they can do better. That's not acceptable. I push them to do better.
Yeah,
that's different, because you can tell when someone is not doing their best.
Oh yeah.
And this is good too. There's a difference in you know what? I don't usually disagree with Ms. Wilson. I'm trying not to do that. I do agree that that's different. My all and my best are two different things. I will say, and see, usually I give all on everything because I'm not, I'm 100% or nothing. That's just the way I am. But getting back to what I was saying, when they bring home a C, and you know they have at least a B, okay, it's good because you see them succeed, and then you want that all the time. Some parents push so hard that it becomes negative. It becomes you're not good enough. It becomes
hold on now.
It becomes condescending.
Oh,
Why
no.
didn't you bring home a B? Why didn't you bring when they're trying and they're studying and they're cramming and they're trying to do what they can? It's never good enough. Some parents are like that, and I know parents push. You can be pushed too hard, too far.
You got to find that balance there.
You do, because you can also, by pushing a person, you have to be careful because you can also bring them down. That's why you want to push, not shove. Sometimes you got to give a little bit more when you push, but don't push them into the wall, because sooner or later they're going to push back and you're going to have a problem.
But you know what, DJ? That's absolutely true, because sometimes you do that to a child, and then eventually that child will feel that burden and feel as though that if he or she is not pleasing mom or dad, then they're in trouble. Then they worry about that. So they have enough to deal with, going to school and things like that. But
Right.
my thing is, a lot of parents have to know when and when not to go overboard and push and things like that. And I find the balance there, but I also want to let them know that you can be anything you want to be. And sometimes you got to put your all into it. You got to put your best into it. And whatever happens, it happens. And we're going to be okay with it, but I'm not accepting no C, D, E, or F, A, and B. And I barely take B's because I know what you possess.
Right. So, and the thing about it is, when there's a difference in badgering it and making the child feel condemned or making them feel small. Why did you get this C? This is and not looking at the questions on the test and realizing how hard the test actually was. There are some things that parents push too hard on, and there's some things where they don't push enough. I do believe that you have to find a balance. I do believe that you have to be sensible and you have to be caring about it, because you can destroy someone very quickly by pushing them into something too far, too fast. Now, let me read a couple of these here. Cindy said, "That's what I've always thought." Thank you, Cindy. I appreciate that. Let me go here. With my boys, my family, our relationship, it's my goal to them to be the best they can be. And that's fine. But when they present their best and know that they've, if you work hard at something, my mother always told me, all I want you to be is the best DJ you can be, and that's it. But I know the difference in you making a D, and I know the difference in you making a B, and I brought my grades back up because that's what I was supposed to do. I know how good I am, and I'm not trying to sound cocky, but I also know my worth. So going into this, I'm in school as well now. I have times, and I have time where I want to give up, but I know I'm better than that and smarter than that to give, not to give up. So that's the push that needs right there, because there are the moments that you go through, and there's the moments that you suffer with, and you're like, man, I don't want to do this anymore, but I gotta finish the race. It's not where you place, it's how you finish. Okay? Understand, grades are important. Grades are important. Doing your best is important. But give credit to yourself and realize that you're something. My book is complete and I can't wait to show it off. That's good, because it took you time, and I remember you drawing the pictures, and I remember you writing the story, and you would ask me, does this sound all right? Is this good? It's got to come from you. You've got to find, again, what works for you. It's not, I can't tell you, what your best actually is. Your best you have to show, and you have to show it to yourself and then accept that for what it is. Now, I'm not saying you can't give a little bit more. So I see what you're saying there too, Shana, going back to your best. Well, yeah, I understand that you may feel your best is here, but I think your best is here. Let's see if we can't bring it up a little bit.
Yeah, there you go. That's it. Yeah.
There's a difference in coaching a child and badgering a child to death and telling them they're not good enough. When you break a child down or you break anyone down, it hurts them. Words are powerful. You guys have heard Miss Winnie say that. You've heard Shana say that. You've heard me say it. Breaking someone down to where they feel small or insignificant or inaccurate, okay? But if you judge them by the way they look, and I'm going to tell you right now, this really ticked me off, and I know we're on Let Go Radio. You cannot judge someone by their appearance. Do not judge someone based on what you see, because I will tell you this, you cannot judge a book by its cover. I don't care if I have half green hair, half blue hair, wearing a shirt inside out, got my pants on backwards. I'm going to be the best DJ that I can be. And if you judge me based on the way I look, I'm not going to roll you over by accident. I'm going to let you know that now, because sometimes I'm going to put the joystick to the floor and this thing is going to go because I'm the best DJ I am, and I am perfectly fine with the way that I am. If anybody else doesn't like it, sorry for you. Okay? We've got to stop trying to compare. I hear this, I wish I could be like her. I wish I could be as pretty as her. Man, I wish I had her figure. Man, I wish I had this. Man, I wish I had that. Man, I wish I could do what she does. Stop saying she and put you in the equation and accept what you got.
And you know what, DJ? Not only that, is stop comparing yourself. One, you don't know what that person went through to get to where they at. Two, you don't know how much money that person has spent to get a body like that. So stop comparing. You don't know what that person had to go through. So stop comparing. Be you. If you want to get a little smaller, then you do the work. You lose the weight. Do whatever makes you happy, but don't compare yourself to others, because you're going to be upset.
I'm gonna mention something because you just mentioned it, and I love the fact that you mentioned it. Size and weight. Okay? Ladies and gentlemen, if you want to lose weight, do it, but do it properly. Do it for you. Don't do it for anybody else. Okay? Don't compare yourself to the Barbie doll lookalike over there, because she may have something that she's dealing with that you don't know. Okay? Like Shana said. So let me say this about losing weight. Everybody wants to find the perfect diet plan. Okay? Okay, when you skip meals and you don't eat right and you don't drink water, that's not good. That's not healthy. That's not your best.
That's going to send you to the hospital because you're going to pass out somewhere.
Exactly. That is going to send you to the hospital because you're not taking care of your body. You need to set up a plan, follow that plan, go with it, stay with it, consult your physician, do the best that you can do. You ain't going to lose 5 pounds a week, okay? You might lose a pound a week. You might gain a pound of water weight. You might fluctuate a little bit. Keep working at it and do your best.
And Aaron, you know what I've learned, DJ, before you read Miss Aaron's comment, I've learned that with the losing of the weight and things like that, I know we're going all the way off topic, but I learned sometimes it's what you consume in your body that you have to get rid of. So if it's the sugars, if it's the juices, the drink, the sodas, the fried foods and things, the processed foods, sometimes if you can cut that out of your diet, you'd be surprised at what you can do.
Processed foods are a killer. Yeah, we've gotten a little bit off, but that's okay. Processed foods are a killer. Processed foods are dangerous, okay? Sugars are dangerous because a lot of fruits and vegetables have sugars in them. You've got to watch that. But again, part of doing your best is realizing that it's your best, and your best may not be someone else's. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That is why you research these diets that they have, the South Beach diet, the Atkins diet, the Jenny Craig diet, and how much you consume. That is true as well. Yes. A lot of people eat 1 meal a day, 2 meals a day. You need to eat short, simple meals 3 to 6 times a day, every 4 hours, but you also need to work out and make sure that you're burning your calories and burning fat, because that is the way that you lose weight. You don't lose weight by eating, 1 meal and not eating. You have to train your body. Let me read this while this is here. I want to make sure to get this out there. Aaron said, being a self-advocate and serving on a lot of boards and committees for the ARC of Indiana, and having a 22-year-old daughter on the autism spectrum is draining, but also rewarding at the same time. Amen. My daughter and I get judged the majority of the time because of our disability, especially when my daughter has a meltdown in public. And I will say, parents with children that have some mental disabilities, okay, I talked about this. Every child has a breaking point. Every parent has a breaking point. There may be an issue, okay? And they're going to judge them. And again, Shana said it. They don't know. They're going based on what they see. They don't know. They're not in your shoes. They haven't dealt with it day by day. They don't know what it means to need 24-hour care. And sometimes they think that parent is not a good parent. She ain't doing her best. You have no idea what someone else may go through or be going through at the time you look at them and see something you don't like.
Yeah.
And I'm just saying, that's all a parent can do, is understand that she does the best with what she knows how, because it's also what they were taught. And a lot of that comes back generation to generation. Sometimes it's generational. Sometimes it's more than that. Sometimes you're going through something and don't even know it. Sometimes you're going through something and you have no idea. Sometimes your boss done ticked you the heck off and you don't even know it. You have no idea.
Yep.
But yet you're going to get judged because of how you act, and you trying to do the best you can. And at that point, that's got to be good enough, because you've got to get through what you've got to get through to get to the next level.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Absolutely.
I just, I hate this scenario to see people say, if I was in that situation, I would do this. If I was
you don't know that.
See, and that's where again, you're comparing something, but you don't got all the facts. Okay, if you've never worked with a child with disabilities, or you've never worked with a teenager with disabilities, or you never worked with an adult with disabilities, don't judge on how somebody works with them, because you've never done it. They may be doing the best they can do at the time they can do it, and doing everything they can for that child. And at one particular moment, that child loses their mind. This doesn't come with a manual. This is hard to figure out. Okay? That's just, it's life. Sometimes the journey is the journey. Sometimes you go through it and you're like, man, this thing is just hitting. And I'm trying to see what's going on. And I'm trying to see where, when, and how. Sometimes your best is getting out of bed and trying to figure it out.
That's it.
And that's okay. That's okay too. I don't want to sit there and say, stay at just your okay, stay at your comfort. I'm saying go above that, but literally do your best and push a little more.
Oh yeah.
Shana, you got some quotes for me?
I sure do. Let's get it started. Drum roll, please. All right. Number 1. Listen to this one, you guys. This is awesome. No matter what you do, someone will always talk about you. Someone will always question your actions in your judgment. Someone will always doubt you. All you can do is smile, do the best you can, and make choices you can live with.
It's that simple. It's that simple. But that right there, I think people have the most difficult time with because they care so much about what other people think. Comparing ourselves to others is never a good thing. And that is so true. Because if we stop comparing ourselves to others and start looking at ourselves and learn to accept what we are, then we can work on building who we are and doing our best.
Yes. All right. You ready for another one?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. This one here is by Maya Angelou, and it says, do the best you can until you know better. Then when you know better, do better.
Ooh.
It's that simple.
Do the best you can until you know better. And then when you know better,
you do better.
That's a powerful statement. Because a lot of people will stick their nose into something and talk about something when they don't know nothing about it. Because they want to be in the conversation or they want to be nosy and be part of what's going on. Understand something. Sometimes listen and keep your mouth shut. You might learn a lot. Okay? Doing your best is the best you can do. But if you're able to better yourself and do more, do it.
And you do better. Yeah.
I get that 100%. One more.
All right, now you got me stuck between a rock and a hard place because these one more is good. All right, I want to do this one here. Always do your best. Your best is going to change from moment to moment. It will be different when you are healthy as opposed to sick. Under any circumstance, simply do your best, and you will avoid self-judgment, self-abuse, and regret.
Now, understand there were 3 words in there that I want to talk about. Self-judgment, self-abuse, and regret. What word is attached to 2 of those words?
Self. S-O-L-F.
Self. And I've always said life goes like this. Okay? It's never straight line. Okay? You're going to have good days and you're going to have bad days, and that's all right.
Lord knows.
Because as that quote just said, the best is going to change. Okay? But if you're so busy ridiculing yourself and being down on yourself and saying that you're not good enough and believing that you're not good enough, you're going to become what you say you are because you're speaking it into existence. You're speaking it you're giving life to something that needs death, not life. Okay? You have to be as good as you can be and the best you can be and understand that you are good enough to do your best. Because what bothers me is someone that has lived their whole life for someone else or based on what someone else has told them or shown them and said, you shouldn't do this because, and you don't want to do this because, and you won't make it at this because. But when in their heart they've had a passion for working with children for so long, they want to do it and they get up off their butt and do it and make things happen. If you spend your life living for someone else, you're going to die shortly after. Understand what I'm saying? I don't mean that literally. You can live your life and be dead inside because you spend your life wanting to impress someone else and not yourself. You need to worry about yourself first. You've got to care for yourself first. If you're hungry, you need to eat. If you're thirsty, you need to drink. If you need to be spiritually filled, you need to read your word. Understand, it's got to be real and it's got to be about you before it can be about anybody else. Everybody, a lot of people that I know spend most of their time reflecting on what they don't have or where they should be. Focus on where you are, but always look where you're going. I'm going to say that again. Focus on where you are, but always look where you're going. Okay?
Absolutely.
Speak those things that are not as though they are. Believe in yourself. Words are powerful. Prayer is powerful. God is powerful. Do not limit yourself by letting someone else control you. Be the best you can be, not what someone else expects you to be.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, there's a comment here I want to read, and this is a great comment. Our best should always be growing toward being better. Remember, when we let it, positive growth happens. And there's a key phrase there. When we let it, or when we allow it, positive growth happens. Couldn't agree more, Justin. I'm going to have Justin on the show on the 23rd of June, and I am looking forward.
Awesome.
Justin and Melissa are going to be on the show the 23rd of this month, and I am looking forward to having those two fantastic people on my show.
Awesome.
So I'm just so thankful that I was able to reach out and get a hold of that and get that done. Before we end, I've got two things I want to say, and I want to point this out. The best is not a feeling. The best is an action with feeling. Understand that? The best is not a feeling. The best is an action with feeling. Okay? When you do something that you're passionate about, when you do something you love, and you find that you are good at it, don't let anybody take it away from you.
Yes.
Amen with all those quotes. Love them. I think it's sad when self-advocates in the disability world compare each other with other individuals with disabilities. Then I think we should all be inspiring for one another, be inspiring one another and everybody. That's what I try to do. As long as I'm reaching one person,
that's all
I'm doing my job. As long as one person is hearing what I'm saying, that someone that is here that needs to hear this, I'm doing my job.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it's not about 500. It's not about 5,000. It starts with one, because that one can spread. That one can share. That one can spread by word of mouth and talk about it. Word of mouth is one of the greatest ways to spread things and understand things. But that can also spread rumors. And despite what you think, words can hurt.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Shana, anything you want to add before we close?
Yes, I just want to leave everyone with this. Some days are better, some days are worse. Look for the blessing instead of the curse. Be positive, stay strong, and get enough rest. You can't do it all, but you can do your best. And I love you guys.
That's well said. You've got to look for the positive in every situation. You know, and a lot of people want to strive for perfection. It's okay to strive for something, but there's only one perfect being. All we need to be is true to ourselves and true to each other, and everything else will work out.
That's it.
That right there is the point that I'm trying to make about this. You know, when I said do your best, it's not that, there was a movie back in the I want to say early 90s, Mr. Holland's Opus with Richard Dreyfuss, and he was a music teacher, and he knew this young man that always said I did the best I could, and he knew he had more, and he looked at him and he looked in his eyes and he said, your best is not good enough. And he was on a board trying to take away the musical arts because they were trying to pinch pennies and save money. He said, if you take away the musical arts and the things that we do, sooner or later, there'll be nothing to read or write about. And it kind of took the whole movie by storm, but all you can do is do your best. Always look forward, never back. God put you on this earth for a reason, and let's fill this for let's fill this for to show others and help others. I believe that everybody should help everybody that they can, but don't let someone else drag you down because of what they think.
Mm-hmm.
Because things, going by what they think and going by what you know are two different things, and you know who you are. Okay. I want to thank everybody that came on the show today. I want to thank Shana for being my special guest. I called her in at the last minute because I knew, I wanted to have her up here, and I said, what am I going to do? Because I had this topic. I said, let me. I said, I know Shana's in, going to school trying to get this stuff done. Let me pull her in. Shana, how can we reach you through social media?
Yes, I could be reached on Facebook, Sunshine on Wheels, or Shana Thomas. Also, Instagram, Sunshine on Wheels, and Miss Sunshine 0428. YouTube, Life of Sunshine on Wheels. Email me, sunshine@gmail.com.
And tell us about Spark a Kiss. How's that going?
Oh, Spark a Kiss is going so well. Yeah, Spark a Kiss is a handmade naturally lip gloss line that I have just launched, and I'm loving every bit of it. So go over there, check out my page at Spark a Kiss if you would like to purchase lip gloss. I have new earrings coming out very, very soon for Get Crocheted by Shana. I'm doing it all, and I'm doing my best while I do it. There you have it.
All right, guys, I can be basically reached by My CP Does Not Define Me on all platforms. For YouTube, My CP Does Not Define Me. Also YouTube, Cheermaster Games. Also YouTube, Cooking with DJ Carter, Worth the Wait. Instagram, My CP Does Not Define Me. Twitter, My CP Does Not Define Me at Minion Sports. Blog, CarterDJ85 at Wix.com. Y'all can reach me on Facebook at DJ Carter. So please, DJ Carter Jr., please, if you'd like to be a guest on the show, do not hesitate to email me at carterdj85@gmail.com. Put in the topic guest. Please include a short bio of yourself, 3 to 4 sentences, maybe a paragraph or two, and include a picture that you would like me to use. But I will talk to you first. Do not assume that you're just going to be on the show, but please email me and let me know if you'd like to be a guest, because I'd love to have you. Remember, you can do anything you want to as long as you put your mind to it, but most of all, be passionate about it and do your best. We are live every Wednesday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time on www.letgoradio and on Facebook Live. And also, we are placed on YouTube. As soon as this show airs, I will place the show on YouTube under the My CP Does Not Define Me playlist. We will definitely see you next Wednesday at 2 p.m. Looking forward to having you. If you cannot be good, be bad, but be good at it. We will see you next week.
Bye.
Everybody, that's going to do it for this week's episode of My CP Does Not Define Me. But don't worry, you can catch us again next Wednesday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time on www.letgoradio.net and on Facebook and YouTube at My CP Does Not Define Me. Remember, I'm your host, D to the J with the roll away. And if you can't be good, be bad, but be good at it. We'll see you next week.